Hello, 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 hello. It's Evie. Welcome, everyone. So, this is one of my first times to go live on here on on Instagram. So, I've been live on other platforms before, but this is my first time on here. So, hello, hello, everybody who's joining in. So good to see y'all. This is exciting. It has been a while. So, oh, my friend, she's gonna come. Oh my goodness. Hey, everybody. So, Nicole, I see you. Send a request, view request. Okay, here we go. Go hop on here, I think. Did I do it? Accept. I'm hitting the buttons.
Did
Hey!
we do it?
Hey, friend.
Hi.
Hello,
Yes.
hello.
I'm so proud.
I know. We have been trying to do this for a minute, and here we are. Here we are.
Yeah.
So, for everybody who's hopping on, can you hear us? Like, you're a little bit lower, Nicole, maybe.
Okay. How's
maybe,
this?
maybe,
Any better?
maybe.
I'm turning up my volume a little bit. I'm talking a little louder, and I'm making sure that my mic is not covered up.
Right. Okay.
All right.
So, if you're out there watching, can you hear us? Can you hear us? So this is so exciting. It's so good to get to chat live here.
Yeah, totally.
We've been waiting on this, and so I want to talk about like what you're doing, because you're doing some super exciting stuff. And I also want to say that I'm hoping that we're gonna meet up in Broken Bow here pretty soon and hit some of those trails.
I would love to go hiking. Absolutely. Yes. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's such a great way just to connect and just root and ground and just yeah, I love nature. So absolutely, I can't wait to go hiking with you.
Awesome. So I think it's Rana. Okay. She says it sounds
Okay.
good. So thanks for letting us know about the volume there. All right. So Nicole, we met up in a book writing group. And so tell me just for a second, like what's your book about? And then I have about 100 other questions for you.
Okay. Well, I use the hashtag Stay Wild Child all the time. And I run a group called Stay Wild Child. So that will definitely be my book title and the premise of the book. It's just remembering who you are before the world told you who you were supposed to be.
I love it. I love it. And that's how I connected with you and really was like, oh my gosh, we have something in common. We have a lot of things in common. So I'm super excited. I want to hang out at Stay Wild Child Facebook. As you said, a Facebook group, right?
Yeah, it's a Facebook group. It is. And I wish that you could do groups on other social media apps, but Facebook's the one that allows it. And so that's
right.
So
that's where we can hang out right now.
Totally.
All right. So what else do you do during your days that fill up your time?
Yeah. Well, we've been snowed in Texas. And have you been snowed in Broken Bow?
Well, right now I'm in Louisiana.
Oh,
so
okay.
I have taken a little break from Broken Bow for the minute because it's down season, and I'll head back soon.
Okay.
But no snow, but cold and dreary, so I am inside. So that's exciting to have snow. That doesn't happen often.
Well, it's our third day, so
you're over it.
Yeah. But you know what? It's great though. I've actually got so much accomplished. So, I run a business with Lavelle. It's called Thrive. It's the Thrive Experience. I think you've seen me post a little bit about it before.
I have. I'm super excited to know more about that because you have piqued my interest, girl. I mean, I am right there on the edge, ready to dive in. So I want to hear more about it. It sounds exciting because you make it like everybody on here may want to do it after you give your little spiel because it sounds like amazing. It's changed your life, right?
It totally has. Yeah. And crazy enough, I've been taking the Thrive Experience since 2014. And it's a supplement, but I call it smooth energy with a side of happy. motivation in a box, sunshine in a box. And so that's what it did for me. You know, it took me from a place of, I don't know. I didn't know what I was going to do when I grew up. And so I was just in a weird spot mentally and emotionally. And luckily, a friend was pretty persistent with me. And she's like, girl, just freaking try this. And I said, okay. And so I did. And yeah, I call it Smooth Energy with a Side of Happy. So it's a supplement. It's all your vitamins, minerals, pre and probiotics, and it is honestly changed my whole life. So it's given me a lot of freedom. I've got that happy buzz that runs in the morning, and motivation to not only participate in my Thrive business, run my Thrive business, but also it's opened me up to my Stay Wild Child Girl Gang and so many more things. So yeah.
I mean, I'm just sitting here thinking, who out there, who in the whole world, if we were to go down the street hollering, who wants a little more happy? Like, who's going to say no to that?
I would agree. Yes.
I mean, you're Stay Wild Child. I'm happily even after, because I want everybody to be happy every day, even after bad things, horrible things, sad things have happened. So I'm always wanting a little bit of happy. I want a lot of happy. So that, when you said that before, it just like, it got me. It captured my attention. So I'm ready to hop in and try it. So like, what does that mean to you? Like, describe to me what a side of happy means.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll just tell you what the product is first, and then I'll also tell you just a little story about how it's really even transformed people's lives more than just, you know, I call it Smooth Energy with a Side of Happy, right? Other people have such a bigger experience from it. So we all have these nutritional deficiencies. And so what Thrive is, it's a synergistic blend of over 100 vitamin and minerals. And so you take 2 capsules in the morning, you wait about 20 minutes, you drink a lifestyle mix, and then you slap on a patch. Oh, I've got mine on my hip. I can't show you today, but I usually have it here on my arm, but I have it on my hip today. So, but you're done in the first 20 minutes of your morning, and it's this blend of vitamins and minerals that go in and really start to move through your digestive system. And so for me, it was a Smooth Energy with a Side of Happy. For some people, you know, when they do go through something very challenging in life, right? Yours is happily even after, right? And it's hard. It's hard for people to recover. So what I found is that the Thrive experience, what it does is it just gives them that little oomph, right? Just kind of that little oomph to get off the couch and out of the house. It helps them it gives them the energy and the motivation and the focus to start making some better life choices. And so, you know, I'm sure we're both talking about the same thing all the time, is creating new healthy habits. But sometimes you don't have the freaking motivation to create those new healthy habits. And so what I've found is that Thrive gives people that motivation to be able to, okay, hey, I'm feeling okay today. Maybe I'll get out and take a walk. Maybe I'll listen to some good music. Maybe I'll go on a hike. You know, it's a motivation thing. And so that's how I've seen it transform people's lives. Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, wow. I mean, my thought is, when I heard you say that, of course, like, I want a little more happy. Like, I just want to happy. Like, that's my goal for every day, is to be happy. And the thing is, I want to say so many things. I have so many questions, but like, Nicole, haven't you encountered, and I've encountered, ladies, they don't even know how to be happy. Like, yeah, when they're our age, I'm 54, you're younger, a little bit younger than me. But so it's my goal, and I think your goal too, is let's find these ladies and help them get happy. and revisit their childhood dreams and goals. And so that is so awesome. So I'm wanting to try this. I got it. I mean, I've got to, with a little bit of happy going on here, a lot of happy. Yeah. But the other thing is, okay, it's 4/21. That's my son's birthday that passed away. Oh. And I was just about to say, for the parents out there, maybe, and I didn't know this about it. I didn't know, but for the parents out there who have lost a loved one or a child, sometimes you think you can't ever get up off the couch or out of the bed again. So I think that's interesting that you say that. I did not know that.
Yeah. So, and here's the deal. I'm always very careful to, the way that I explain things, but I've seen people who have lost people in their lives, and they can feel very hopeless for a long period of time. And there's something in this product, this blend, the B vitamins. It's got a little bit of natural caffeine in it, and then it's got some pre and probiotics in it. So it goes in and it starts clearing out that digestive system. So I know you've probably studied a lot of quantum physics and spirituality and all of that. And so we have a brain here, but we also have a brain down here. And a lot of times, this brain in our digestive tract is inflamed. And so when we can go in and start filling it with premium nutrition, cleaning it up, cleaning out that inflammation, it starts to work better. And it really, inflammation does a number on people's systems. And so when you can start to decrease the inflammation, but then you're adding the good things in as well. I've seen people, I've got a great friend. Her name's Vicki Harrington. She lives in Mississippi, and she lost her dad when she was pregnant. She had her baby girl early, so her grief pushed her into into having her baby early. And her baby was born. She's a Down syndrome baby, and she's wonderful, Gracie. She's a wonderful child, but it was just a lot to handle, and so she was carrying grief, and she was carrying, static about her child, yet feeling this guilt almost that her grief had injured her child. So she started taking the Thrive experience, and Gracie was probably about 3 or 4 at that time frame. And she started taking the Thrive experience, and her older kids said, "Mom, what are you doing?" And she goes, "Well, I just started taking this product." And they're like, "We haven't seen you laugh in, I don't even remember how long." So she was laughing and cutting up with her kids. And I mean, it's like it turned her life switch back on. And so I really love it, especially and I'm a big supporter of women. And so I love it for that age range. I mean, everyone can take Thrive. My mama takes Thrive, so everybody can take it. But it's that age, from like 39 to like 55, and you're kind of in that range where you're just like, you kind of start waking up, and you're like, man, I miss that young me. I need to get some of that young me back. I've been taking care of my kids, or life happened, or I went through a divorce, or whatever, right? And so that's where I've seen it make such a huge impact on people's lives. So yeah.
Wow, that's powerful, because that like when I reach out, when I do my whole platform is teaching people to live happily even after all that stuff.
Right.
And so even what I just teach or what I promote, that can get you part of the way. And like I had no idea what you were going to tell me when we got on here. So I'm thinking this is amazing, because how it furthers my mission to get these ladies into a happy place. You're saying that it continues or drives them a little further to the happy place.
So I don't want to, steal the whole, our whole little chat, but can I tell you one more story?
Oh, I mean, I'm interested. I'm on the edge of my seat right here.
Okay. So I have a friend who lives in Pennsylvania, and she calls it the land of the gray. And so kind of like Seattle weather, not a lot of sunshine, and she's a sunshine girl. So anytime she goes on a vacation, it's usually either Florida or California. She needs that full on sunshine. It just fills her up. I want to say she even has one of those lights above her bed that is it a UV light? What are those lights? You know what I'm talking about? That bring in it brings in sunlight into a room.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she needs more sunshine, right? And so she started the Thrive experience. She's probably been on it for about 6 years now. But she started taking the product, and I was checking on her because she's a good friend of mine. I kept checking on her. Okay, are you noticing anything, Amy? Are you noticing anything? she's like, not yet, not yet. She goes, I just think my body is too messed up. I don't think that it's going to make a difference. And so I kept checking in. And day 25, I think it was, she sends me a text message and it says, sunshine in a box.
Oh,
And I'm like, yes.
oh, that's awesome.
It took a little longer, you know, for it to get into her system, but it's, she just, I think it's called, is it SAD? Is that what it's called? The seasonal something depression.
Right.
She experiencing that.
Right.
And so it was from lack of sunshine. And so, yeah, so she calls it sunshine in a box. So I love these stories. I got a zillion of them and I won't keep on, but yeah, I love all these stories and all. I feel like I've just been this vessel, just to be able to share something that impacts people's lives. So it's a good feeling.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's what we're both on, that same mission, to bring happy and sunshine to people who need a little more in their lives. So I love it. I want to hop on, and I would love for people to join me on the journey and and I would love to see those same things happen with some of my viewers who have gone through divorce or death of a loved one. Because what happens, and you know, and you've been through it with other people too, we don't eat right because we don't feel like eating. We're sad, you know, we don't have a regular routine or whatever. And thank goodness I'm not in that spot anymore, but I am in the spot where I work at a pizza place 12 hours a day and don't get a break, don't get to sit down, don't stop. And so I'm not eating.
Yeah.
There's not a moment to eat. So I would love to have some super nutrition thrown in there on those days. And on every day. But I mean, I live by myself and I don't cook. And so the thought of having some steady nutrition going in is really good for me because I haven't. Like, I've been working at the pizza place since April and I love it, love it, love it. I get lots of exercise, but I don't come in after a 12-hour day and cook.
Yeah. And so it's a synergistic blend of over 100 vitamins and minerals, and then it has pre and probiotics in it. So it definitely goes in and fills those nutritional gaps for sure. And here's something cool that we just came out with. So we have had the Thrive experience for the last 10 years. It was a 10-year-old company. For the last 10 years. We just launched, it's called Thrive Elite. So what they did is they took the Thrive experience and then they added on top of it, and they added a weight loss component in. And so I actually just started on it. And I don't really need to lose a ton of weight, but shoot, if I lost 5 to 10 pounds, I'd be like, oh yeah, you know, so I'm just, and so I love it. It's still the same great experience, but it has like a healthy weight loss piece to it as well that really helps increase people's metabolism. And so I love that the co-founders of this company, they didn't want to just put something on the market that was just, I don't know, like an unhealthy weight loss, you know, because there's a lot of those out there. So they wanted it to be something that was still delivered all the great nutrients to you, and then had a healthy way to lose weight. So yeah, so we've got that too. So it really checks all people's boxes on what they're looking for. Yeah. And it's, you know, it took maybe 20 or 30 different bottles of pills that I was taking, and they all went in the garbage, and now I've got pretty simple.
I know. I have my 20 or 30.
There you go.
Maybe I can eliminate a couple after I start taking it. Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to. I would love for my viewers to, my friends, my followers who are on the journey I was on. Thank goodness, like I said, I'm past the deep grief, and I'm to the side of happy, but I want a little more happy. I want a little more sunshine. So I have a cabin in Broken Bow, and I told my guy who designed it for me and built it, I said, I want windows. And so he gave me windows. I didn't say past that. I didn't know how many bedroom, how many whatever, just give me some windows. And so my windows are 13 feet high and 20 feet wide. And so the whole back of the cabin is windows. So I do have that sunshine coming in. So I'm like your friend who wants some sunshine, but I have it, thank goodness. So,
That's good.
but I would love for people to join me on the journey. I think it would be fun. Have you ever had like a group of people who started it together and kind of
Oh yeah,
documented?
absolutely. Because people love accountability partners, you know,
Yeah.
and so that's what's really fun is when you get a group of friends that decide to take the journey together, because you love accountability partners. And I will say everybody's body's different, right? So everybody's going to notice things at different stages. But I found that especially I've been doing it so long that I've heard every question in the book. And so I am able to answer everything for everyone. And it makes it really nice because I'm able to coach people through the experience pretty easily. So yeah, but it's fun. It's fun when you have an accountability partner really in anything.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm thinking, I mean, like, because I read every morning with a group of people and I love to read. I have 7 books around me that I'm trying to read right now all at one time.
Oh my goodness.
But that time in the morning when I don't have to get up, but I get up, read with my group, I've gotten that done. Like 15 minutes, I've read a whole big chunk of book, you know, so, with the people. And if I wasn't with the people, I wouldn't always get to that, you know? So I think it would be fun. I wish if somebody's watching, or when you are watching this and you want to join along with, get a little bit more happy in your life and maybe a little weight loss, get you some vitamins and minerals and all that good stuff, I would love to take a group of people with me. Like, come on, people. That would make it fun for me. I do. I like my people.
I think that yeah, and whenever you do that, just we'll connect like in a message. That way we can answer any questions or anything. Yeah, if you do decide to do this, that'd be really cool. I love it.
Yeah, I think it would be fun, and I could document it every day, and with the people. So if there's anybody out there watching who wants to take this little Thrive experience with me, then let me know. Yeah. You can DM me, DM her, whoever you're friends with or followers of. That would be super fun. We could have all kind of fun with this. Talk about a little bit of happy and side of fun. So
absolutely, yeah, girl. I'm on it, all in.
That sounds like fun to me. So okay, I have other questions. Hold on, because I'm super excited about this. I'm all wrapped up in this group of people that I've got going in my mind right now. Okay. Like, good. I mean, I'm seeing a big party, like the whole deal. I'm all about that. Okay, where am I going with this? So, oh my gosh, sorry. Do you ever have that? Like you have 700 questions trying to come out at once?
Yeah. Yeah.
Calm down. I'm
probably like, pretty similar personality type. So yeah.
Right. Yep. Right. Okay. So, no, I'm super excited. Okay. What else do they have? Like, so they have, you said 3 ingredients. Okay. I do have, like I said, 100 questions, but this one. So you said like 20 minutes between.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll get really okay. So everything is individually packaged. And so, and my dog's down here and he is breathing hard. I hope it's not bothering anybody. So
I can't hear him, but I got my little heater right here.
So everything is individually packaged. So it's capsules that come in a package, and you take 2 capsules first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. You wait usually about 20 to 30 minutes and you drink your lifestyle mix. And we have all different flavors as far as the lifestyle mix is concerned. But what's in that lifestyle mix, it's not like a shake. But it is, because it tastes delicious, but it's pre and probiotics, and it also has a ton of vitamins in it. And it's individually packaged as well. I just mix mine in some ice water. You can get fancy if you want and add some fruit and things like that, but I usually don't have time for fancy first thing in the morning. I just mix it up, and then you put on your patch. And the patch is wearable nutrition. It's kind of like taking a vitamin an hour. And so you put on your patch and you're done in the first 20 minutes of your morning. And so that's what I like about it. I've taken other things in the past where you had to take them all throughout the day. So it makes it really nice to just have it, focused on your first 20 minutes of your morning. Really, if somebody's going into the office, I work from home, but if somebody's going into the office in the morning, it makes it nice because they're done, before they get out of the house first thing in the morning. So, yeah.
Right. So tell me about, because like I'm thinking, okay, when I wake up, I get ready really, really fast and I hop on my reading call. Well, then I'm on 40 minutes on the call. So like tell me how would I do
Yeah.
this?
So what I would think for you is, so you're going to keep your capsules on your nightstand. And so like I take mine like as I'm getting up to go to the restroom, because I have to go to the restroom right when I wake up. So I grab my capsules, pop them in my mouth. I'm drinking water, go to the restroom, come back, and I usually sit back in bed for just a couple of minutes before I totally get going. But since you're doing your reading call, so you would jump on your reading call. Those capsules, they're synergized. So when they hit your stomach acid, the particles start charging and they start moving through your system. So after you're done with your reading call, you would make your lifestyle mix. And so for your next 40-minute call, then you could just sip on your lifestyle mix. I enjoy it. It's a micronized powder, so it blends super easy, and I really enjoy mine in the morning. So it probably takes me about 10 to 15 minutes to drink it because I sip it. You can chug it, but I sip mine because I think it's delicious. So yeah, and then you slap it on the patch at the same time you've got your mix. So
Gotcha. So is there magic in the 20 minutes, or is there okay for 40 minutes, or what if it was an hour? Like I'm just
that's fine too. So you know, they like you to do it within the first 20 to 30 minutes, but oh gosh, there's definitely been times I've waited an hour, and there's actually a lot of people who are on the Thrive Elite right now. And remember, I told you that was the one that was had the weight loss component to it. There's a lot of people who are doing that, and they're actually doing intermittent fasting. Mm-hmm. So they've added that component into it as well. So they're doing their capsules in the morning, and then they're doing their mix like at 11 or 12, you know, so they can keep that intermittent fasting piece. And they're having great success with it. So
awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
This is exciting. I definitely. So what do I do? Like, what's the process here? What's going to happen when me and all my followers, when we hop on this train?
Totally. So you create a free account. So it's free to be a customer and it's free to be a promoter. You can create a free account. The cool thing about being a customer is if you have two thrivers, like let's say that your best friend and another, you know, and then somebody you work with, let's say they decide they wanted to thrive with you. If you have, as a customer, if you have two people who order underneath you, your product is free the following month. But as a promoter, you have the opportunity to earn some bonuses and commissions. So it just kind of depends on, you know, how you want to do it. Some people like to get started as a customer so they get the product in their system and, you know, see how they're feeling. And then if they decide, holy smokes, I love this, like I did, then you can shout it from the rooftops.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was impressed about the story you told about your friend that waited like 25 days. I mean, she stuck with it. She didn't bail. Like after 3, it didn't work. So she hung in there. So that's awesome.
Yeah. I'm so glad you did too. And here's the thing. I follow up with people real regularly, especially whenever they get started, because I want them to have the best Thrive experience. And so if you have friends who want to join you, then I would follow up with them, with you, because I want to make sure that they have the best experience. Everybody's a little different. And so I just make sure that they take it the way that fits their body the best. So,
right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what else, when I hop on this train, and I love the name Thrive because a few years ago when I first got into my coaching, one of my programs that I did, my coaching courses that I did was Thrive over, oh my gosh, it was Thrive over 50, 50, Thrive, not just be alive, something. But I mean, there's so much to that name. Like that's really powerful because that's how I think both of our missions is to thrive. We want everybody that we can get our hands on and our hearts on to thrive, and not just hang out,
not just survive, not just survive. We want people to thrive. Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
I think a lot of times, and this isn't everyone, but people forget what it feels like to feel good all the time. And I use this statement all the time. You can't pour from an empty cup. And I think that in the American culture, sacrifice is such a strong pushed word. Yet people really burn themselves out, and they, get busy taking care of their kids, or maybe their parents are ill, or, they're in a relationship that's a struggle, and they feel like, if I just sacrifice a little more, if I just sacrifice a little more, when if you're, you can't pour from an empty cup. And so it just starts to deplete you. So if you're filling yourself up with good nutrition, if you're filling yourself up with, water, and I'm a meditator, so I believe in meditation and keeping your body moving, exercise, and all of that. You are better for everybody else in your life. And so, yeah, I'm a big believer, and I'm all about feeling good. So, yeah. Yeah.
Me too. And yeah, so like my people that are out there,
Yeah.
my followers, like when you were saying all that, I'm like, oh, I have a video about that. Oh yeah, I have a post about that. Because that's where I came from. I mean, I was in a 26-year marriage. 4 of those, he lived with another woman.
Oh.
And I was raising our 3 sons and doing everything I could to survive. I mean, I did well because I was with my sons, and they are amazing human beings. And so they were a ton of fun to be with. But still, that thread of this man that is supposed to be here with me, like, it was draining on that side. And then, after I divorced, after 26 years, then my 3rd son got cancer, and then he was in treatment for 2 years. And so that's draining. So that I know they're or your parent, whoever you're caring for, because this is kind of how things do fall in life. And so for all those out there, if you're watching, you're going through something similar, there is life after. And that's what, there is happy life even after all that stuff hits the fan. And,
Yes.
And I was one who I always said, I didn't want to grow up. I probably act like an 18-year-old.
And you should keep acting like an 18.
Okay, but I feel like an 18-year-old. And that's what I want my ladies who join me, following me, and who have been through things like that. I want to encourage them that they don't have to act 50, whatever 50-year-olds act like. I have no idea, but
I don't either, girl. I do aerial fitness. I swing from fabrics high up in the sky. So
see, I want to do that too. Like,
yes.
Now, how does that work? Do you go, do you pay for a month? Do you pay for?
Yeah, so I have a membership. I go to a place called Altitude Fitness, and it's like a circus. It's like Cirque du Soleil. It's the fabrics that hang from the ceiling. And listen, I started off with aerial yoga about 4 years ago. It's called aerial yoga. So the fabrics are lower, and like you kick your leg up in the fabric, and you do some stretching and things like that. Well, I did that for about a year because my arms, most women, not everyone, but most women don't have a lot of upper body strength. And so I just kept showing up, and I kept practicing. I use the hashtag all the time. We're all just practicing together, but it means you got to show up, right? If you're going to practice, you got to show up. And so I kept showing up to aerial yoga, and the lady who owned the place, she goes, "You're strong enough to move to aerial sling." And I said, "Oh, I don't think so." And she goes, "Yeah, you are." So I moved to aerial sling, and I haven't ever gone back to aerial yoga. And we do all kinds of tricks and all kinds of things, but I was not in gym. I was not in dance growing up. This was all new to me. And so let's see, I'm 51. So let's see, when did I start that? Like 48, maybe 47, 48 I started, right? It's never too late to start something.
No.
And you just got to show up and practice, because everybody says, a lot of people that see me on it, they're like, "Oh, I could never do that." And I go, "Well, sure you could, but I'm not strong enough." Well, I wasn't either.
Right.
But it reminded me of being a little girl out on the playground when I was like, 7, 8 years old. You went out for elementary school and you hung from the monkey bars. That's what it reminded me of. And I'm like, I love this feeling. I'm going to keep doing this. So
No kidding.
I kept one up. Yeah. Yeah.
That is awesome. So I don't know where the closest one to me is, but I may have to come visit.
You
and
can. Yeah. You should come on one of my workshops. And yeah. Yeah. Totally.
Okay. So tell me about your workshops, because I want to do workshops too. I want to do retreats. Like, I am ready to gather all my ladies that are out there watching and have a magical weekend. Like,
yep.
So what do you do? Tell me about your.
I don't have a retreat planned yet. There will be one in the spring, and there will be one in either in the fall or next spring. But I will have one in my home this spring. I live on the lake. I live on Lake Louisville. And so I'll have like a 2-day, like a Saturday, Sunday. Right now, the ones that I'm doing, I'm hosting 2 a month, and they're just a 2 to 3 hour workshop. So I have one this Sunday, actually, and it's called a Magic Box workshop. So we are going to create, well, I've got mine right here. This is one, it's a cigar box, but it has all kinds of magical treasures in it. And so I put money in it. I did some life scripting. I did a life scripting workshop. That was in January. And so I wrote, a life vision for myself for the end of this year. So I won't read that till later. So that's in but I have cash in here, and I put this cash in here with intention. And sometimes there's a few $100s in there. Sometimes there's $20, but it always multiplies, and I always refill it. And I put lots of other little treasures, little feathers I find, and all kinds of things. And so we'll be creating those boxes this weekend with different essential oils and herbs. And we'll talk a lot about magic, because, you know, if you don't believe magic's out there, you're not going to find it. So you got to believe in magic, and then it all just starts happening all around you. So
yeah. True. Oh my gosh, I love that. So is that from Abraham and Esther?
This one was from, this one is a lady named Andrea. She's in Dallas, and I took her Magic Box workshop. I probably had that 3 years. And I said, hey, do you care if I host a Magic Box workshop? She goes, of course, you've got to spread magic. And I said, yeah. So I learned that one from, Andrea is the one who shared that one with me. But there's all types of, we'll do an inner child meditation before we step into creating the boxes. So, yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I mean, so my reading group, we just finished this. And so she talks about the magic box.
Oh, she does? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, so I have mine, and I have my vision board. So I love all of that. And I would love to have that at my cabin or my house or anywhere that people would want to come hang out with me and do that. That's my stuff right there. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to write the book, and I have written the book, but the title, so I was in the middle of writing my story, and some people came along and said, hey, do you want to put your story in our book? Uh-huh. So instead of it being my book, it became my chapter in their book, but it's called The Magic of Gratitude.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And so gratitude changed my life, and it's like it was magic. It was like the gratitude was the magic being waved over me, changing me. And so that's amazing. I love magical. I love fairy tales and all that good stuff. So definitely we're on the same track with that. That's
we sure. Fun. Yeah.
And my retreat that I have planned in my mind, it is like, put your little slippers on, get your little magic wand, get your tiara, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to create fun and be happy and all that good stuff, because that's how it starts. When you plan it in your mind, and it's going to happen.
It absolutely does. Yeah, I'm all about visualization and getting into the feeling. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Absolutely. Definitely. Okay, so I'm super excited about this Thrive experience because I want more happy.
Good. All right. Well,
let's vitamins since I don't always get them. So, and I would love for people to join with me. Like, so you've been in it. Do you have a way of, like, how could I get people to join it with me? Like, because I want them to do it with me. Like, I want to say misery loves company, but happy loves company too, right?
Oh, it totally does. Yeah. It's a ripple effect, isn't it?
So, so I just think it would be super fun to have some of my friends and followers to join along with me. But I've never done anything like that in particular. Like I have my reading groups and stuff, and but not this particular. So do you have any pointers or tips of how to help me get started doing that?
Well, yeah. So, when I started as a skeptical customer, really, because I thought the vitamins I was taking, I thought they were good. And they were good, but she actually said to me, "You have to trust me. Do you feel your vitamins working?" And I said, no, I don't think I feel my vitamins working. so, so she said, "You're going to feel these." And I said, "Oh, well, okay, I'll do it then." And so, like I said, I started as a customer and I didn't anticipate any of it. She didn't say smooth energy with a side of happy. She didn't say motivation in a box. She didn't say any of those things. She just said, "You're going to feel them working." And so I said, okay. And so then I shifted over to a promoter. It was about 3 days into my Thrive experience. And really what I started doing was I just started telling people how I was feeling on social media. And, you know, a lot of people are looking to feel better. And so when they know that, so I call myself a hope dealer because, because I'm delivering something that a lot of people want, and they want some hope in their life, and they want some happy in their life and some sunshine. So yeah, so you just kind of start sharing on social media. So we can pop back on here once you get started, and we can tell people your progression and let people know how you're doing. And maybe they might not be ready right this second. Maybe it's in 10 days after they see you on the product, for a little bit. They're like, "Oh, okay.
Right.
I see these two happy girls. Let's roll."
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, that's what because I want people to join me just like I want them to join me in they're stepping out of grief and sadness. So this is just another layer to that, which is super exciting. I mean, I don't know. I just, like I said, I didn't even know how this conversation would go today, but how fun, because it just dovetails into what I'm already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It totally is. When you can, it's just these gaps that need to be filled, right? And so their grief gap. You said gratitude, right? And so you're filling these little gaps, and when you're feeling good, it even makes it easier to latch on to something like gratitude, to latch on to something like hope. It makes it easier when your body is operating at a better rate. So
Right.
yeah.
Right. It's so true. It's so true.
Yeah. I think it all blends together, because it blends together really, really well for what I do.
Right. Absolutely. And we're on such a similar path, and I'm super excited, and I would love to hop over to Dallas or where in that area. I'm not
Frisco. Yep.
And do the happy box, the magic box. I'm all about that.
If you're on your way to Oklahoma on Sunday, my class is Sunday evening, so you can swing on by. If not, though, I can go to Broken Bow and we can do a class together there.
We've got to plan that. And man, wouldn't it be fun if we could get a group of people, and then they all come up to Broken Bow and we all go on the trails together? Like, we could have us a big party.
I'd love it. I'll be right there with you. Okay.
Yep. So I went down into the park the other day, and it had been a while since I've been there. I work at the pizza place, and we stay plenty busy for 12 hours a day, and which I love because I meet all the people. But I went down into the park, and it's so beautiful. So if you're watching, or when you're watching this, if you'll look up my cabin, Happily Even After Cabin,
I will.
And so you'll see my gorgeous cabin with those windows I told you about. But also, I took pictures of going down into the park, and there were deer. I saw 10 deer at one point in time, just right there. And but the trails, and there's I think 10 trails. I sent you that beautiful map of.
You did. Yes.
I'm super excited about going on those and kind of even videoing those. So anyway, there's so much that we could do together. And if anybody wants to join me on this new journey of the thriving thriving, thriving, and more than surviving. So
Yeah,
I
exactly,
can't
exactly.
believe I went to say the name of that course I had, and I can't even. I guess it was "Don't Just Survive, but
Right.
Thrive." It
Yeah.
something to that effect. But anyway, over 50 and thriving, and I want people out there to know if you're over 50, that doesn't matter. Like, you might as well be over 20, like over 30. I mean, like,
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
I feel good. I feel young, and I think it's a mindset. So I say change your mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know one of my friends, and this is kind of off topic, but kind of not. If there's anybody out there that's like this, I remember hearing her and a group of people say, "Oh, when a person gets to 50, they start falling apart." No,
No,
no. I feel good, and I'm gonna feel more good, more gooder.
more, more good. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna feel
Yeah.
even better on this thriving alive, and but anyway, if you're out there and you have that mindset, oh my gosh, I'm over 50 and things will fall apart. No, 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 no. They don't have to fall apart. I can help you know they're not going to fall apart. Nicole can help, and when we're thriving, you gonna know. You gonna know.
Yeah.
So anyway, well, so if you're out there and you're watching, or when you're watching, those if you're watching, then DM me or Nicole. I have YouTube, so I'm going to put this on YouTube if it is all done correctly. And so if you're out there, you're watching, you want to thrive with me, thrive and alive, and do some magical stuff. Like, I want people to join me on this journey because I'm pretty disciplined. I'm very disciplined, but I would love to have a few more join me on my experience and compare like stories. And another thing too is, like, if you hear somebody else is having this experience on it, you may notice that you're having this experience on it.
Absolutely. Right. So,
right.
Say, oh, like somebody's sleeping through the night. Right. And somebody say, oh, wait a minute. I've been sleeping through the night. Right. Oh, okay. Right. Like, sometimes you don't recognize all the different things that are changing inside of you. Yeah.
Right.
And so it is nice to have somebody who says, oh, my knees aren't aching any longer, right. And you're like, oh, wait a minute. My elbow had been bothering me, and oh, it's not bothering me, So yeah, it is right. Nice.
Yeah, mm-hmm. I can see that would be a real big advantage too.
Totally.
Plus, it would just be fun.
Yeah, totally.
So awesome. Okay, well, I guess we should hop off. We've been on here a minute or two, and this has been a blast. I totally want to come to the Magic Box party workshop. I want to have my own. So if you're out there and you want to do a Magic Box, man, you're talking my language right there, right now. And vision boards, like we'll have to hop on again and talk about the I'm sure you have a vision board or have had. Yeah.
Yep.
And but while we're on that, I got to say this because I think it's just amazing. So I've had vision boards for years, 30 years or something.
Yeah.
And because thank goodness I got my hands on a cassette series. And she talked about vision boards and just cutting out pictures of things. Mm-hmm. And so anyway, oh my gosh, I have so many stories that are flooding my mind again now. But right this minute, when my third son was still here with us, that's given a time frame. So it was before 2018. So it was probably before 2017. My middle son and his girlfriend were here, and I said, let's do a vision board. Like, this is spur of the moment. Yeah. I didn't have a printer. I would have never even thought, oh, let's print a picture. That would have never crossed my mind. So like, I'm going around and I'm gathering, stuff around the house that we can cut pictures out of, and newspapers, or and we had some flyers of vacation stuff,
Okay, yeah.
Which I'm all about, like, let's go on a vacation. Where's our next vacation? Where are we going next? Yeah. Like, don't buy me something that we have to, sell in the next garage sale or dust, because I ain't got no time for that.
Right.
But let's hop in the car and go somewhere and do something fun and crazy. So anyway, so I say all that to say we had these vacation brochures. And it's kind of like, have you ever been on a cruise?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, love cruises. And I've always said, I don't care where they take me, just put me on the boat, right? So this was kind of like, I don't care what pictures we're cutting out, but let me just cut some out because it's something exciting, you know. So I had log cabins, pictures of cabins and adventure and whitewater rafting and rafts and canoes and stuff like that. So that's all I had.
Yeah.
I'll put it on the vision board. So, so I did. I put it on there, cabins, you know, and all this, and all the things. And I just put it up. And like I said, I did it mainly because that's the pictures I had. Anyway, now 5 years later, I have a cabin.
Yes, you do.
And I'm the canoeing and the kayaking thing is there, and I'm like, it's amazing. I mean, like I have chills because I didn't even, you know, try to put all my eggs in that basket and stare at it, but just having it, you know, in the room, seeing it every so often, I believe we draw that to us.
Of course. Now you've pulled those items off of your vision board because you've already achieved those, yes?
Well, I put that vision board away. So I have a different one kind of right here that I've made. Yeah. I call it a lookbook. So I've made like a vision book. Oh. And so, but yeah, we could go on for hours, right, about stories from that. That's just fun. Yeah. So, but anyway, I thought that was neat because I don't know that I would have ever like, let me cut out some cabins or let me. Right. But it's what I had, and that's what I cut out, and now that's what I have, which is amazing. So
very cool.
I never could have ever thought I could. And when I was married to that man for 26 years that cheated for most of it, well over half, I wouldn't have this if I would have kept hanging on. And I kept hanging on, girl. I'm telling you, I kept hanging on. But thank goodness. So that's another story. If you're out there and you're hanging on, let go. If you have to hang on, it's time to let go, right? So anyway, on and on we could go. Yeah. I'm super excited. This has been fun. I want to thrive. I want to do some thriving, alive, and so we'll connect on that side and figure it all out. If anybody out there wants to thrive with me and hang out and be my accountability buddies, let's do that too. And let's come back on in a couple, whenever we can get back on and see what's happening.
Yeah, you just keep me posted and I'll pop back on here whenever you choose, okay?
Sounds great.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Girl.
All right.
Okay, have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.